I have such a wonderful story to share with you today. It's all about finding your courage, and it's called The Brave Little Firefly. Have you ever been afraid of something? Maybe it's the dark or a really loud noise. Well, let me tell you about a little firefly named Luna. Hiding under this leaf, she had a secret. She was very, very afraid of the dark.
Now, the funny thing is, being a firefly, Luna had her own little light that glowed. But even with her own soft, warm glow, she was still scared. The night just seemed so big, and she felt so very small.
She'd think to herself, my light is just a tiny little spark, and the darkness of the night, it just seemed to stretch on forever and ever, like a giant blanket covering the whole meadow. It felt totally impossible that her little light could ever push it all away.
But then, one night, everything changed. A great big storm rolled into the meadow, and let me tell you, it was much, much scarier than just the dark. At first, the wind just whispered, but then it started to howl. It was so strong it bent all the flowers and shook the big trees. Poor Luna, she just tried to hold on as leaves and petals flew everywhere. She had never, ever felt so small and all alone. When the wind finally calmed down, the beautiful meadow was just a mess. Trees had fallen over, cozy nests were scattered all over the ground. Luna's home was gone. And all her friends, the little birds, the bunnies, the other insects, they were all scared and hiding. So as Luna was flying through the broken meadow, her little light just flickering, she saw something. In the middle of all that darkness and all that mess, a friend was in serious trouble. For just a second, Luna completely froze. Her fear came rushing right back. She thought, I'm just one little firefly. My light is so small. What could I possibly do to help in a big, huge mess like this? And then her little light landed on her. It was a little rabbit named Rosie, and she was trapped under a heavy, fallen branch and couldn't get out. She looked so frightened, and in that moment, Luna just knew she had to do something. That's when it clicked for Luna. She realized maybe she couldn't lift the branch, but she had something else. She had her light. And she decided that instead of hiding from the dark, she was going to be the light that someone else needed to see. It wasn't one big, brave superhero act. It was just a few small steps. First, Luna took a deep breath and flew right through that gusty wind. Then she hovered right over poor Rosie, and finally, she focused all her energy and shined her light brighter than she ever had before. And wow, that little spark made such a big difference. Luna's warm, sparkling glow cut right through all the scary shadows. It wasn't just light anymore. It was hope. It landed right on Rosie, showing her that she wasn't alone. Now, Luna's light couldn't move the branch, but it helped Rosie see a way to wiggle herself free. And once she was out, they started their journey together. Luna flew just ahead, and her glow lit up a safe path for Rosie to hop, hop, hop through the messy meadow. And while she was guiding Rosie, Luna realized something really important was happening inside her. Her light wasn't something to hide away. It had a purpose. It wasn't just for her. It could be a beacon, a little guide for others who were lost in the dark. And that's how Luna found her courage. It wasn't that the dark disappeared. It was still there, but she learned a very important secret. The dark isn't nearly as scary when you're busy filling it up with your own light. Just look at how much Luna changed. Before the storm, she was so afraid of the dark, she would just hide from it. But after helping Rosie, she realized she had the power to light up the dark, not just for herself, but for her friends too. When Rosie and Luna finally reached a safe, clear part of the meadow, all the other animals came out of their hiding spots. And they cheered. They weren't just cheering for Luna or just for Rosie. They were cheering because everyone was safe and they were all together again. And that's really the most important thing Luna learned that night. It's a lesson for all of us, really. Even the smallest light can make a big difference in the dark. A little bit of kindness, a little bit of bravery, it really matters so much. So, as our story ends, here's a little something for you to think about. Your light might not be a glow like Luna's. Maybe your light is a kind word, or a helping hand, or just a big warm smile. When have you used your light to help someone else and make their world a little brighter?